Now around 2004, 50 was on a mission to destroy Ja Rule. With 50 on the rise securing so much dominance over the industry, Ja Rule had no choice but to get help from his peers, and he did so in the form of the song New York featuring Fat Joe and Jadakiss. Now when 50 saw that Jada and Fat Joe were trying to help Ja Rule revive his career, he was like, I need to put an end to this. So he began beefing with Fat Joe and Jada. And thus, we got some really beautiful diss tracks. Let's talk about Problem Child.
Can't really figure this clown out. Where's he from? Jamaica, Queens, Cali, or down south?
Now from the start you can tell that Jada is not messing around. He immediately begins to question 50's authenticity and origins. From the start he implies that 50's background is inconsistent or unclear, suggesting that maybe he's trying to appeal to multiple states or regions without a true identity at stake. By doing this, Jada is tearing away at 50's persona, implying that he's not the man that he claims to be. Now, as we all know in the hip-hop world, authenticity is very important. It's very important to rep where you're from and for people from your region to relate to you. So Jada is doing damage right away.
Not gonna let an LA gun hit him, but Grape Street already told me you paying to run with him.
Now with these lines, Jada is talking about the Grape Street Crips, a notorious gang in LA. According to Jada, 50 was relying on them for protection, and he was paying them because he has no real street credibility. Now for a gangster like 50, who claims to have been shot 9 times, these are serious allegations, implying that 50 Cent is essentially weak and he cannot protect himself.
I could let a New York knife poke him with one of my throwaways, but I don't wanna see no cops smoke him.
Now here Jada takes things one step further by implying that he can actually get at 50 in person. But he doesn't want the police to kill 50 Cent afterwards. And in a way this implies that 50 Cent might cooperate with the police.
Somebody tell Paul we riding and get ready to auction off the car he dying.
Now this line is self-explanatory. Jada is basically saying, look, I'm gonna come at you and you're eventually going to lose your life. And the car that you're gonna die in is going to be auctioned off on eBay.
Never we bump heads, since you like having people with you, get you a hospital with bunk beds.
Now here Jada takes things one step further by implying that 50 is never alone. For someone who claims to be gangsta, he always has people around him protecting him. And that's why 50 can't be touched. So Jada is basically saying, look, even though you have people around you, those people are going to get touched too.
Without Dr. Dre, you would just make slow jams. Come up out of that witness protection program.
Look, 50, you need Dr. Dre to make hardcore hits. Even though you dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, which is one of the most gangster hip-hop records of all time, there's nothing new for you to talk about because you wasted all of that material on Get Rich or Die Trying. Now what are you gonna do next? You're probably going to make some slow jams for the ladies.
Oh, don't really respect you, get in your place. If Big was alive, he'd have probably spit in your face.
Now this line contains a little bit of cap and exaggeration, especially as far as Jay-Z goes, because at the time Jay was fearful of 50 Cent's presence. When 50 dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, around the same time Jay-Z retired from the game because he knew that 50 could not be messed with. So Jay did respect 50 at the time. But as far as Biggie goes, 50 recorded a song with Biggie called Realest Niggas, and this song came out after Biggie's death. So Jada is basically saying, look, even though you got the Biggie vocals, Biggie would not respect you if he was still alive. And if you listen to Checkmate by Jada, he even says, I've got real songs with Big, no made up shits, which implies that Jada has Biggie's respect and 50 Cent does not.
Nas been doing just fine without you. Pac probably would have made an album about you.
50, Nas is a way better lyricist than you. Nas is more respected than you. And if Pac was alive, he would not respect you either.
Yeah, so I guess that just leaves me here to get rid of you. And Rakim and them, they don't even consider you.
Now why is Jada talking about Rakim here? Well, basically Rakim is a well-known lyricist from New York. And if you're a rapper from New York and you get a cosign from Rakim, that means your lyrical ability is through the roof. So Jada is telling 50 that his rhymes are nursery level and Rakim would not respect them.
M know you ain't got nothing for Jada, and I know he appreciates all the money you made him.
Now we all know 50 got signed to Eminem and Dr. Dre, and that's how 50 Cent really blew up. But according to Jada, even the people that signed you know that you're not very lyrical and you cannot mess with me. So yeah, even though they appreciate all the money you make for them, they know you're not a lyrical dude and you should not mess with anybody on a lyrical level.
It's 2005, nobody fights fair. I just know an instrumental's your worst nightmare.
Now you know how rappers get on Sway in the morning and they're asked to freestyle? Well, Jada's basically saying, look, if you were to go on Sway's show, or if someone asked you to freestyle on the spot, you would probably fail miserably. So Jada is basically doubling down and tripling down on the fact that 50 cannot really freestyle or compete with him on a lyrical level. Now from what I can tell from 50's interviews and raps, whenever he's put on the spot to freestyle, he usually delivers. Like when he was freestyling with Nori back in the day, 50 brought his A game. At least 50 does not recycle the same bars over and over again like the game. You know, red rose, white ceiling.
You tough and you bad, too bad, you mad. Probably been in your old hood more than you had.
Now once again, Jada's attacking 50's street credibility by saying 50 is never in his hood. Cause if you remember when 50 got famous, he bought Mike Tyson's mansion and then he moved far away from the hood. And that mansion was in Connecticut. Now I personally feel like that was a good move for 50, especially considering he almost died in the hood. So moving out of the hood was a good move for him. But in Jada's eyes, 50 is not street anymore, and Jada is more street than him.
Yeah, you sold more records than me, but in the streets you gon' always be second to me.
Now these lines depict what I was saying before, that Jada feels like he's more street than 50 now, especially considering 50's out of the hood, even though 50 sold more records than him.
We was damn near feeling you, even though your career is based off somebody damn near killing you.
Now these lines are incredibly lethal, especially considering how 50 came up in the game. Because if you remember, 50's whole stick was, I got shot 9 times and I survived. But Jada flipped the script and said, look, you got shot 9 times, which means you're easy to touch. Stay in your place, 50, or it might happen again.
Shit you be doing ain't even considered rapping to us. Nah, this is probably the best thing that happened to us.
Now here once again Jada's going, oh, you rap? You think you're a rapper? Oh, that's cute. But let me show you what real rap is about.
The best wankster, internet gangster, magazine mobster, shit on your whole roster.
There's nobody ingenious that can mess with me lyrically. Not Lloyd Banks, not Young Buck, and definitely not Tony Yayo. Oh, and remember how you called Ja Rule a wankster? Well, you're a wankster too, buddy.
Get ready to say Hail Marys and Our Fathers. Get out your black suits and hard bottom.
Now here Jada is basically saying that 50 your demise is near, so start praying. Let's get the coffins ready, because you won't be around for a long time.
Don't worry, I got him. He ain't a problem child, just a child with a problem.
50, you're not this big tough guy, you're not a problem, you're simply just a kid with problems. So get your shit together.
We love it, nigga!
Now here we get to the chorus, and nothing's being said here, but I can only play it 5 seconds at a time, otherwise YouTube will take down the video, so bear with me. It sounds like Styles P's about to come in. And now let's get into verse 2.
D-block, don't think it, nigga. Take a piss in your Formula 50. Drink it, nigga.
Now Styles is saying, look, we're not gonna think things through. We're simply going to react and you may not like the outcome. Matter of fact, let me piss in your Formula 50. And for those of you who don't know, Formula 50 was 50's energy drink.
Yeah, shout out the Reeboks, nigga. Got shot and ain't shoot none back. Use a biatch.
Now here Styles is simply saying the same thing that Jada said. You claim to be gangster because you got shot 9 times, but you did not shoot back.
If I would've got shot on Grandma's stoop, I would've answered by Grandma Duke.
If somebody shot me on my grandmother's porch, I'm going to retaliate. You can't just shoot me and get away with it.
Right? In the streets they say 50 who shot you. Name 3 niggas soon as he came out the doctor.
Now these allegations right here are very serious. Styles is saying, look, you're a snitch. As soon as you got shot, you told on the people that shot you. You're not a real street dude.
Come on. And you far from a gangster, nigga. You was talking about yourself when you made wankster, nigga.
Like I said before, Styles P and Jada are trying to say that 50 is far from gangsta. And if you listen to the lyrics of Wanksta, it goes something like, you said you were gangsta, but you never popped nothing. So Styles is essentially saying you claim to be gangsta, but you've never done anything gangsta.
Listen, why work out? Cock guns on the DVD, run around with cops from Homicide and TNT.
Now it feels like Styles is essentially saying the same thing that Jada said. You claim to be gangsta, you work out, you look tough, you have all these guns, but you still work with the police. What kind of gangster are you?
Nigga, you can suck my dick. Come around without cops, shit's on, you gon' get touched quick.
Okay, the first line is very self-explanatory, so I'm not even gonna talk about that. But Styles is essentially saying with the second line that if you ever come around me without your police protection, you're going to get touched. No question about it.
Cause I was at the vibe when it jumped off. Put 50 grand up, you pussy, you ain't even lift a hand up.
Now over here, Styles P is talking about the incident that took place at the 2004 Vibe Awards. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Dre was about to accept a Lifetime Achievement Award presented by Snoop Dogg and producer Quincy Jones. Now when Dr. Dre was about to accept the award, a fan approached him and asked him for an autograph. But instead of getting an autograph, he punched Dr. Dre in the face, prompting Young Buck to defend Dr. Dre. So Young Buck ends up stabbing the man to defend Dr. Dre's honor. But the thing is, 50 didn't do anything. And that's exactly what Styles P was talking about. 50 claims to be this hardcore gangster, but he didn't do anything to defend Dr. Dre. Now why did this happen? Well, apparently Suge Knight paid the man to punch Dr. Dre in the face.
Man stab some, police grab some, but besides that, I ain't see nobody man up.
Here Styles goes, look, you didn't do anything to protect your man, and that means you're not gangster at all.
Shit, what the plot is about, cause you know that you don't need a dentist to get shot in the mouth.
Now here Styles is talking about the plot, asking what the hell is going on. And he essentially says someone could get clipped or shot, almost the way a dentist gives someone a shot in the mouth with a syringe.
In the hood, hate your shit, but you hot in the south. It's the crackers that buy the album, what's the plot in the belt?
Now here Styles attempts to destroy 50's credibility in the streets by saying only white people buy your music. People in the hood don't listen to it.
Many men make a wish, but we ain't many men, so you gon' get death when we let them semi-spit.
Now here Styles is referencing the song Many Men by 50 Cent by saying we don't need many men. I can come at you at my own and take you out.
And why can't you be man enough?
Yeah, and here we're back to the chorus.
Tell me where.
And that's the end of the diss track. Now I will say this. I think 50 made a huge mistake when he was going at Jada and Styles P. Because before this moment, the fact that he got shot was almost revered. It was like, oh, he survived 9 shots, he must be something of legend. But Jada and Styles P took that mirage away and said, look, this guy got shot 9 times, which means he's weak and anybody can get to him. This was not good for 50's image, and it made many people begin to question 50's credibility. Now I personally think Checkmate was way more lethal than this, and I think 50 had no choice but to patch things up with Jada because, wow, Jada was about to destroy this dude. Anyway, let me know if you like more videos like this. I enjoyed doing it, so I will drop more. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, adios.